Good evening, VV Nation, and welcome to the channel. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Tonight's video is going to be hard-hitting, straight to the point. Everybody comes to a YouTube channel because they want the fish. They want the next best stocks that they're going to buy to make some money on. And you know something? I'm coming up with a new phrase now. I got this from TV. You know, investing with VectorVest or trading with VectorVest is like being at Granny's house on Sunday. Everybody gets to eat. So we're going to try to make sure that on these weekly picks that you guys have an opportunity to eat, and make some money. So let's get right into the software. From the software perspective, right here from the software, we're going to start off with what's going on in the market today. The Dow is still in an uptrend on a 3-month graph. The Russell 2000 is still in an uptrend, starting to pull back a little bit. All right, starting to pull back a little bit, but if you're still in the market using the Russell, you're still okay. Watch to see if it closes below this trend line. We're looking at this NASDAQ. You know, markets mixed today. Nice back and forth between open and red candle, back and forth, but look at the trend line still in place. And then also looking at the S&P 500, still in an uptrend. So news came out about our credit rating. It affected the market. It affected the way people are thinking. But overall, the market's still in an uptrend. I will let you know that the market, by way of one of our indicators, is getting close to starting to look for a top. As we get closer and closer to that, between Ryan and I, we will keep you informed as to what to look for. So, simple search. I'm going into a simple search in the Unisearch tool, something called Radar Stocks Major Indices. Why am I doing that? Because I'm using the power of one of VectorVest indicators that you only find in VectorVest called RT, relative timing. Cast on the scale between 0 and 2. It looks at the short-term price trend of a stock. Above 1, we're in an uptrend. Below 1, we're in a downtrend. Hey, VV Nation, Glenn here. I had to interrupt this video. We're running a Memorial Day special, 99-cent trial for 30 days. 99-cent trial for 30 days. You got to go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. You don't want to miss this. So, back to your video. I'm looking at 1 week ago, RT was less than 1, but as I run the search today, RT is above 1. Quicker to the point. And I'm looking at all of the major indices, the S&P 500, the S&P 600 small cap, the NASDAQ 100, and the Russell 2000. Out of all of those indices, I want to see what stocks have an RT last week below 1, RT above 1 this week. I run the search. I'm going to stream it. I'm going to run it as of the recording of this video. Let's go see how many stocks come up. Remember, we track over 9,500 stocks. I'm looking at the top 20 stocks that meet these criteria. Of RT below 1, look at these. All these 1 week ago. How about SMCI had an RT of 0.36? And as of right now, it's got an RT of 1.16. Woo! That is a stock on the run. All right, so that's what I'm looking for. Simple search that I'm going to use for my weekly picks. Now, I went through all of these graphs so you didn't have to come up with my 5 that I want for the week. And here they are: FTAI, LLLULU, Adobe, SMR, and Calmain. 3 of these are moving up today. 2 of them are moving down. I'm going to concentrate on the 3 that are up today. All of these, well, the top 3 are also fundamentally sound. Relative value, relative safety is both above 1. All of these stocks, again, have RTs above 1. So as I'm looking at my top weekly picks, all of the stocks are in uptrends. These stocks are buy recommendations, earnings growth rates, all double digits. So we're not in shabby stocks. Even the 2, the SMR I do like, just down today. Calmain Foods, all about eggs, I do like, just down today. I'm going to concentrate on the 3 that are moving up, and I'm going to put them into the portfolio because our top weekly pick portfolio still down about 5%, up today about 0.1%, but 2 of the stocks that we're still in, 2 of these, and we're in LPL Financial and American Express, we're making money on. Portfolio took a hit, trying to get it out of the doldrums. Again, we're at Granny's house. We're going to eat. So I need to put 3 more stocks in here to make sure I have a full complement of 5 stocks in this $50,000 portfolio. Let's go back to the viewers. I'm going to add these 3 stocks to the portfolio. I'm going to simply highlight all 3. I want to take the momentum. All right, so all of these are good stocks that I like. I went through all of the graphs. I cherry-picked the ones that I liked. so that I can put them into the portfolio. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to add to portfolio, and let's go find my portfolio 2025 top weekly picks. Dude, I got a lot of portfolios in here. I track a lot of portfolios. QRST top weekly picks. All right. How much money do we have? $28,300. I'm going to buy these, spend $28,300. It rallies it up to about $9,400 per position. Click on next. And now let's open up the portfolio. So now I'm going to click off of it. I'm going to click back on it. And here's my 5 picks. Now I've got 3 that I picked today. My other 2 were already in here. But for all of you, here are my top 5 weekly picks for the U.S. market this week. And I took advantage of the ones that are still moving up today. All right, let's do the same thing for the Canadian market. I'm going to go look at your market, looking at the PTSE and the CDNX, your 2 markets. Look at that, still moving up. A little pullback on the CDNX, but nicely pulling back up as well. So I'm going to be bullish over here as well. Let's go to the unit search too. The Canadian market's a little different. I've got a search called Weekly Stocks on the Move. I'm looking at the relative timing, still using RT, trending higher for 3 days. Earnings growth rate less than the stock sales rate. Why? Because I want to make sure that these companies are making money so they can sustain their growth. Growth rate is greater than 0, and the stock average volume greater than 50,000 shares, sorted by VST. Again, I ran the search. Your market's closed today, so I ran it as of Friday. Out of the over X amount of stocks you have in Canada, these are the only stocks that met the criteria. Notice that many of them are fundamentally sound. I went through, I cherry-picked for you again, and here's my viewers. Here's my 5 stocks. Again, based on Friday's close, my top 5 stock picks for the Canadian market. Let's go over to the portfolios. Let's go to my portfolios and find top weekly picks. Where are we in Canada? Down a little bit more. We got 3 stocks. We do have 3 stocks in the Canadian market. All 3 of them are still making money. All right. All 3 of them are still making money. I need to add 2 more stocks. Let's go back to the viewers tab. Let's take the top 2 winners from Friday, which would be DFI and CHE.UN. Control, right click, add to portfolio, top 2025 top weekly picks. How much money do we have in here? $7,800. Let's go buy, spend $7,800. Next, let's go open up that portfolio. That one is a $20,000 portfolio. And my next 3 stocks that I added are in here. So there we go. 2 stocks for the Canadian market. Again, down 6.5%. We're going to bring that back up. I'm not afraid to ever show losers because that really represents what really happens in the real market. And that's what I want to show. I want to go back to my other one real quick because I want to show you what my stop criteria is. On these stocks, I'm going to click on edit. I got a new stop that I'm using. A 2% loss from the closing price of the previous day. The 2% loss of the closing price, and I'm going to show you, customize. Here we go. Stop criteria, 2% loss. I'm going to click on that. Prior day's close. So it's going to look back to the prior day, to the low of the prior day. And if it goes down 2% from the low of the prior day, it'll get me out. That's a good way to let the runners run because each day it's going to look at the prior day's close if it keeps going up. I like this stop. I'm putting this into play, and let's go see how it works out. So, folks, that's it. Stocks for the U.S. market, stocks for the Canadian market. I love the new search that I have in place for the U.S. market. I've got a continuing search for the Canadian market, 2 different markets, so 2 different types of searches. Folks, let me know what you're looking at as your top weekly picks for this week, and let's compare them, all right? Thank you for being here for this video. Again, I wanted to be short and to the point. This video is over, and until the next time, folks, see ya.